fucking watching this and they've seen you driving with it. Be careful.
Yeah, no problem. My wife's holding it.
You want to know
Yeah.
that?
I have got to say, we're talking about the phone. We live yet?
Yeah, we're definitely live that.
That'll be clipped on the Opus clips. Yeah, the wife holding it. Yeah.
This show's got a different turn to it now, mate.
Yeah. Well, over to you guys, mate. Over to you guys. I said too much already.
Give me 2 seconds and I'll just put it on there.
My wife wants to join as well now.
She wants to join in, yeah?
What, holding it?
I don't know the hands. I don't know the hands I need. I know that much. Don't be too much.
All right, just to share this out and then we're ready to go.
Yeah.
Well, welcome to the Manager's View. We're here for the next 20 minutes, half an hour or so. Paul's of course still away, but of course join us, Mark and Bill. Bill, if we go with Billy first, because it gives him a chance to, we'll get Mark first actually, give Billy a chance to do what he's doing. And then, so Mark, at the weekend, left it really late, mate, but you got there in the end.
Yeah, we did. I had a conversation with one of my pals actually. We left. So I'm touching my earphone and it's going on mute. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, mate.
Yeah, so we're about 7 or 8 minutes stoppage time. There's a lot of injuries in the second half. So in theory, it wasn't really as late as it looks. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I know it says 90th minute, but in theory, with loads of the referee's watch doesn't stop. So yeah, but in theory, it was late because they man sent off in the first half. As you know, sometimes it can be really difficult to play against 10.
Yeah.
They went into a little sort of mid to low block, 2 banks of 4, made it really difficult for us, and it's not always easy, as it looks from the outside. We had a lot of possession in the second half, and naturally, like I say, they sat back. So it was just about a case of breaking them down. It was only a matter of time. I felt so calm on the side, even with 11v11. They had a lot of the chances first sort of 10, 15 in terms of getting into our final third, into our box, not really making our keeper do anything. I just felt really comfortable the whole game. Knew we'd win, if that makes sense. And I knew as soon as we get the first goal, I knew it'd be floodgates. It should have been 3 or 4 after that because once just 10 men, they sat back, scored your first, they've got to come at you, didn't they? So we then got a second goal, which is a bit of a wonder goal from Bailey. He got both the goals. And but yeah, and I was really impressed because I lost a spine on my team. My Jack Green centre half, and he got married on Friday. He now goes away for the rest of the month, honeymoon and etc. Don Bruno, centre midfielder, he's had his stag do on Saturday in Marbella, and then Steve Cooley's he's one of his best friends and he's on striker. So when you lose an experienced spine, you do sometimes worry. But I had people to step in, and I knew the boys stepping in would do a good enough job. And yeah, I felt comfortable the whole game. But Takeley, nice ground, nice management. Seems like a nice club. What I see of them. But I'm just pleased to get another clean sheet. I think that's 4 of the season now, and we're in the hat for Monday.
So how are you letting strikers getting married and players getting married in the season, eh? What's that about? That's got to be
Listen,
fine, isn't it?
I'll be honest with you. With Steve, I knew it was a part of the deal with signing him. He told me all these dates, and it was up to me if I signed him. I signed him on the basis that I knew this was going to happen, and there will be a few more other Saturdays that he misses. But again, that's on my head because I agreed to sign him with knowing that.
Yeah.
But Tom Bruno, listen, he weren't playing football again. He hasn't played for the last 2 years, so he booked it on in the season knowing that he wouldn't be playing, and then we twisted his arm and he's been doing really. Someone who hasn't played for 2 years, he's been excellent for us. So, listen, he would have booked it outside of the season if he knew he was playing for us or playing football. So again, I've signed him knowing that,
Mm.
and he doesn't go on honeymoon until the end of the year, so he's got a bit of a time with us now. But then I lose him in November, December time.
Yeah. So then, next Saturday, Rainers Lane. That'll be a good game, won't it?
Yeah, Rennes Lane away. I don't know too much about him if I'm honest with you. Couldn't get them seen. I don't like watching clubs more than sort of 2 weeks because then you don't. Lots can change in on league. So I couldn't get anyone to VCD on Saturday just because of the bit of a mission away. But I'll try. I'm going to get a video of one of their games previously. Have a little watch of them. I know a couple of their players. I know the manager. So and they've had a bit of a sticky sort of start, if you like. I mean, they beat Norfolk 4-2. Other than that, they've been beaten elsewhere. So I don't think any game in our league will be easy. I will go into it confident. Against any team in my league, I'll go into confident, So
Mm.
it is away, and I don't know much about them. Never played at Raiders Lane, so it'll be the first time for me. So yeah, we'll do a little bit of homework, as much homework as we can do, and we'll set ourselves up at how we see necessary.
Mm. I mean, the draw tomorrow. Do you expect to get Wolfram Abbey?
We probably will do, mate. We probably will do. We'll never get. Does step three come into it as well, or not?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, so we'll get either Wolverhampton Abbey, we get Billericay away, we get anyone who's very, very difficult. Listen, yeah. I think we said it last week. I think you asked Billy that question, do you still get excited by it? And it's always nice to be in the draw, isn't it? It's always nice to see you get out. You might go to a ground you've never been to, a club you've never been to, or you might get a really hard draw. So at least you're in that and you've got a chance to produce an upset if you do play a bigger team. So it's always nice to be in a draw than not, so excited for tomorrow.
Mm. Bill, I mean yourself as well. Great win.
Yeah, it was a good win. It was a good win. They changed how they normally set up against us. They changed their formation. They changed a couple of personnel. I think they were struggling with one or two injuries. Yeah, and it was good. We kind of really depleted, especially in our forward line. But we kind of people just stepping up, and that's the joy of it. Like Mark just said, he didn't have his core of his team there, so he thought he'd struggle, and all of a sudden, the rest of the team, the rest of the boys just stand up for them games.
Mm.
So it's a real positive and kind of happy place at the minute.
And then, coming up on, literally on Tuesday night, you got Whittam, and they had a good win as well.
Yeah, I just done some notes for the program, and I put in there what a strong team Whittam are. Whittam are a very dogged, aggressive team, press all over the pitch, work really hard for each other, and they don't give you a minute. And if you're not at your top, they will roll you over.
Mm.
So it's kind of getting the boys motivated for this is going to be one hell of a game that we have to kind of put 100% in to get something out of.
And to say that with it all as well, and going on to following next Saturday, you got Galston as well in
Galston in the FA Cup, yeah.
which then means you've now got, I've just seen on the fixtures, if it's correct, you've now got on the 30th of September, a lovely Tuesday night visit all the way to Norfolk.
Yeah, that's how it's going at the minute. That is the thing that comes with the cups. It's a real difficult thing to kind of want to do well in the cups, but you're gonna get a lot of injuries, and it's gonna suffer because you're gonna have to play a hell of a lot of games. And then the Tuesday night travelling, people getting time off work and so on and so on. It just makes life really difficult. It does, but if we want to carry on winning, that's what's going to happen.
And of course, the worst thing can happen then next Saturday will be a draw, will it? And then another trip to Norfolk on midweek as well.
Yeah, if it's 0-0, I might take my goalie off. But I don't fancy the travel on a Tuesday night.
Good fun.
Yeah, would be.
But I mean, with it though, yourself, you were saying, previously, you've got quite a few injuries, quite a big injury list. It's a bit like an Arsenal injury list, isn't it, at the minute?
Yeah, it really is, and it's so strange because nowadays all these young men are doing their knees.
Hmm.
Every single player that I've had in, or I've had in, or have been coming in at pre-season, I think I've lost four through knees, and I've never known anything like it. It's just like that's what's happening nowadays. That's the injury that they all get, and it's a long-term injury.
Hmm.
So it's kind of okay. We can't really wait around on them because as soon as they get fit, they've got to get matches to get fit again. So it's like I'm always looking, and it's really tiring to try to get new faces through the door. Then you've got to coach them how we play, what their jobs are, what their roles are. So it's really difficult to do that and carry on trying to push up the league.
Yeah. Go on, Mike, you was going to say something?
Is it mainly because a lot more astroturfs these days? Every other game or every other week, it's a new club
Yes,
getting astroturfs.
training.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it must be. It's got to be. It's got to have something to do with that because
Yeah.
they're just breaking down left, right, and centre, and they're all fit boys. All my boys are real. They ain't got an ounce of fat on them. They all train 3, 4 days a week away from football to keep themselves in the best condition, and they're still breaking down.
Hmm. So where'd you go to? Is it a case of getting a bigger black book? Is it to try and find someone to come in and sort of fill those places?
When you've got Billy's wage and budget, listen, he doesn't need a black book, mate.
Yeah, calculating everything is it's not easy. Um, it's what it's. I've got to kind of assess how long the people are missing for, and then I've got to assess. Okay, am I bringing someone in permanent, or I'm going to try to get a loan to cover that spot for a little bit of time. So that's what we're working on at the minute. Physio gives us a time scale. As soon as we get the information, then it's okay. He's going to be missing for X, Y, Z. Let's get someone in who's going to have to cover for the rest of the season, or let's get someone in who's going to cover for the month.
Hmm.
That's the trouble in it, Bill. I don't know how you find it, mate, but if you've got like a player that you know is probably maybe a starter or you're loyal to, who's loyal to you as well, do you bring someone for the whole season?
Yeah,
How do you sell it to them, knowing that in 4 weeks' time your main boy could be back, and then the
yeah.
new signing could be on the bench, or do you get something on loan? And that's the difficulty I find is that where do you go? Do you go for a loan player that could be a youngster who hasn't got much experience, or you've got someone ready to go who's more experienced in the league could do a job, but for the whole season? You know what I mean?
What what I've kind of been taking on that everything seems to work out for a reason. So if I've got someone on the phone at the minute that I'm going to try to pull in, it's if he says yes and he comes in, then something else will work out along the line. It's like I've done it years. I've waited and waited and waited, and that person has never come back fit. Or as when that person come back fit, someone's come and took one of my other players.
Mm.
So I'm weak again because that's what's going to happen. Because we're playing, we've had a good start, a strong start. There's going to be people looking at the players week in, week out now.
Hmm. Is that where it becomes difficult as well, Mark? Once more successful you are, of course, the people come sniffing around your best players and they go walking out the door. I mean, you had quite a lot of it last year.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I look at like I say, my view on success as a manager is that two things: is can I get in the playoffs for a team that don't shouldn't be anywhere near the playoffs, and can I push players back into or up to step three higher? And over the last couple of years at Welling, I've had a lot of players gone to step three. But yeah, I think last year, sort of with Bailey Stevenson leaving just before Christmas, sort of killed us. He had 15 goals before Christmas, and he went to Potter's Bar, and we never really scored as many goals as we was. So. Um, so yeah, it's not easy when players, individuals, and teams are doing well. You can have other clubs sniffing around. Same thing with Bailey. I like to think that my players have a target that they've all bought into. Um, so I like to think that again, money talks. If a club comes in with X amount of money, they're going to go. But I like to think with Bailey, with his experience of going to step three last year, he wasn't happy at Potter's Bar. I don't know if I think you'll see out the season with me, even if he's doing well before Christmas. He's got 5 goals in 9, which isn't a bad start at all. he wants more and he thinks he should have more. But yeah, so I know I've gone round the houses with the answer, but yeah, I expect clubs, because clubs know what I pay my players. They don't know exactly, but they know it's not much. So they know they can come in with an extra 50, 60, 70 quid, might not be a lot for their club, and the players will go, because that extra 50, 60 quid a week is going to pay for someone's gym and phone bill or maybe even a car, you know what I mean? So over the month. So yeah, I can sit here and say I don't think any of my players will leave because they're enjoying it, but if someone offers their big money, then there'd be probably a fool not to go, So yeah, I expect people to come sniffing around very soon.
And you the same, Bill?
Yeah, definitely, definitely. As we said off air, certain players are starting to score goals now. They've been the best players on the pitch for how long, but they haven't added their goals. And this is what the conversation with them is. As soon as them goals start to come, that's when people start taking notice of you, because that's what everyone needs. Everyone needs someone to put the ball in there. So yeah, it was always my promise. I will get you scoring goals. That's what I'm good at. I feel like I'm good at get you in certain areas to give you opportunities to score goals. And when you get them chances, your confidence will get better. And then hopefully, good teams do come in. I enjoy passing my players on to good teams. And the conversation that I always seem to have with them is they ask my opinion on, are they a good team? And I'll tell them if they played a way that suits them or not. And hope the majority of them trust what I say. And we have a really, really open and honest relationship with each other.
I think the good thing is, Bill, that you say you're honest with them, and even if they decide to go, like Bailey, I know we're live and it's maybe not a great thing, but I've not heard great things about Potters. But you see the turnover of players. I said to him, I don't think it's probably the right move for him. Because they trust you and it doesn't work and they believe you, he's come back to me because they
Yeah,
trust your words, I didn't think it was right for him. It worked out, it wasn't right for him. And that now he's sort of maybe learned from that. But there are some players I say, go. Ryan Kerwin, who's my left back, he went, Hanwell come in. Go. Hanwell's a great club. What I know of him, I know Chris Moore, really good club, and he went. Guess what?
Yeah.
It didn't work out. He's come back because they trust you. So if you're a manager that you're honest with these players and they will come back eventually.
Yeah, definitely.
I think that's a great sign.
I mean, I suppose one thing, I suppose this weekend, because we always talk about at the end of this sort of chat, surprises at the weekend. Biggest surprise, Morning Tiptree getting beaten?
I was really interested in that game of football for two reasons. One, because at what Malden are, and two, their player age. And I wanted to see how they cope against a team that play football on the floor, like Dunstable. If you're an older kind of team and not very mobile, you're going to struggle with Dunstable. So that was a nice eye opener to see. Okay, so there is some weaknesses in Malden's setup. I haven't seen the game yet. I would like to see the game. But they're the like little things that you look at. If I see them against a big, might say this wrong, but like a man's team, 25-year-old plus, then I think they're capable of dealing with that. But when you're dealing with 18, 19, 20-year-olds who are super fit and move the ball very quickly, it was nice to see what result come out of that game.
The only thing I'll go back on that is that Hadley are fairly young as well, and they don't play as well as Dunstable, and Malden only scrape past in the last minute.
Yeah.
So maybe the youth, they struggle with the youth for sure, but I don't know about the style. Maybe you can look at loads of different things, I suppose. But like you said earlier, it shows that they're not invincible. They can be beat.
Yeah.
It seems like your style could work nicely against them.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of trying to get at. That Dunstable are quite similar to us. So it's like, okay, if Dunstable can do it, that builds confidence for us to say, look, we're similar to that kind of style of football. We're a little bit different in certain aspects, but like a blueprint version, and they got a result out of them. I didn't see the game. It might be that Malden was all over them and it was just one of them games. But yeah.
So I suppose the other question I asked you guys as well was, of course, there was a big story sort of broke this week as well in step 2. I'm just curious of what you thought about it and whether or not it was a, should we say, clickbait or whether or not it was actually 100% true.
It weren't, mate. It weren't. I know what you're going to say. It weren't true. Can't be true.
with the was it 50-year-old goalkeeper going to go in
Paul,
goal?
I think Paul Halsey, I think they're signing now. His keeper got sent off.
I mean, do you think it was a bit of clickbait and very clever clickbait from them?
Of course it was. Of course it was. Great. It's all over the Twitter, wasn't it? So it's a great bit of media for them. More popular. What do you call it? Can't think of the word, but it puts a club in the spotlight again, doesn't it? Yeah, it's all clickbait, mate.
Well,
They're never going to put a 54-year-old in goal, and they're in step two with their sort of money, with their contacts. They can get a keeper in, which they did.
so what did you think, Bill?
I didn't see it, to be honest with you, mate. I didn't see it.
So we're going to put a lad called Terry Dunn in goal. And if I'm right, he's 53, was it? So that somewhere around that area.
54, I think 54. Yeah, he
54.
used to be a keeper. Yeah, he used to be a keeper as
He used
well.
to be a goalkeeper, and he was going to be playing. And then right at the last minute, they got Joe Wright in from Barnet on loan. Right, literally
Okay.
the day before. Yeah, but it was
Okay.
all over social media that he was going to be going to play in goal and all the rest of it. But it just felt a little bit April
Yeah.
Fool's job. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Who was the team?
They were talking
Oh,
one. Yeah,
oh, okay.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good. It's good for social, ain't it? And it's keeping the other team who's playing them on the night on the toes because they're thinking, hold up a minute, we're gonna
Yeah,
have an easy day here. They've got an old boy in goal. He could be good. No disrespect to him, he could be good. He could be good, but that's what you're kind of playing at. It's like you always undersell yourself for the other team to think, okay, we're gonna have an easy day, just to try to get a little win before the whistle even goes.
Well, perhaps you should start getting give a call to Simon tonight and get him, putting the rumor out that your front two tomorrow are going to on what Tuesday night are going to be Lee Judges and Dave.
Yeah, I had my kit on myself the other day. I nearly come on.
I heard your interview actually. Yeah, was you close to
Yeah,
coming on with you?
I stripped and everything. One of the boys went down. I used all my subs, and system said you got to go on. I said I ain't going on. He said you got to go on. So I've literally put all the kit on, and then a physio sprinted over. I said, "Good, good." She reckons, yeah, he's all right. I thought, wow, what a touch. Took it all back off again. I thought I had 10, 15 minutes in me.
Oh, I love that. Love that.
Yeah, it was close. It was close. The closest I've been for a long time.
When's the last time you kicked the ball? As in
Um,
that match situation?
yeah, no. I
Oh,
played a couple
wow.
of games bets last year. Um, but other than that, nothing.
You'd have been blowing, wouldn't you?
Yeah,
You'd have been
yeah.
blowing.
I would have failed a couple of people just to get the get the full stop. I don't know that much.
Listen, guys. Massive thank you for joining us again tonight. Really appreciate it, and speak to you all again next week. Bill, I'll see you Tuesday night. Mark, see you next week. But a massive thank you, and of course, don't forget it is Wolverhampton Abbey against Whittam on Tuesday night. A real sort of top of the table clash. In all fairness, it's going to be two teams that are definitely in form. It's fifth versus sixth. And two teams that have both got through in the cup as well, but two teams that are in really good form. If you're going to get yourself over there, quarter of the weight kick off at Cambridge Shots at the week on Tuesday night. But from me, from Mark, and from Bill, and hopefully the suntan kid with all the money might be back next week as well. But we'll find out later on in the week. But until then, from us, good night.